I just wanted to let you guys know, man. I love this community. I am passionate about this community. I am very proud of it. It's not something I'm embarrassed of or disappointed with. I'm very proud. I'm very happy with it. I love having all of you, and I think you're all amazing people, and I'm so proud of what we have and what we've built, and that we're lucky enough to have met each other and be here in this position that we are. Just want to let you guys know that this means a lot to me, and I'm happy with that. And you're so supportive and you're so awesome. Really appreciate that. So thank you. Hello there.
I trust my own gut feeling.
Oh God, no. Could this get any easier? Listen. This is disgusting, and Jackson should be put in prison. Yeah, that's right. Oh no! Whoa! Hello.
You just gotta drop it, Caleb. You just gotta drop it like it's hot, bro.
Lebnobi. Oh, that's a new one. I remember someone called me General Kalobi. Yeah, General Kalobi. And then we'll go down. Oh, I don't know. I like it. Uh-oh. We did it. I want to say thank you so much. We hit the 50 today, boy. I can't hear anything. Oh my God.
Hey,
I didn't
Strib,
think I would
I
get
saw you
anytime
followed
soon.
yesterday. I want to say
oh
thank
my
you so much for that follow.
God. Today is
Welcome
actually 1 month that I started streaming. So it happened.
Oh, he's
Oh my God, guys. I'm so happy.
Actually has the hello there.
Man.
Of course.
I think it's a good mindset to be like, I might not be there yet, might not be the best, but I'm good and I'm getting better. This is really good. Like, I'm not maybe where I want to be, but I'm doing good and I'm just gonna get better too. I'm trying to be serious. I'm trying to be normal, but I can't stop. Let's go. Yeah, thank you so much for that follow, Strip. I really appreciate it. Wait. Who's boring IRL? Who's boring IRL? Oh,
IRL. Rah.
I think it's me. You feel alive, let's hit the dance floor. Don't work too hard, my break a backbone. Return of the Mac, the king is back though. Corvette and cash, I never lack those. She saw the stone, you know how that go. Fatality, my diamonds.
Hey, what's up, respect?
Trunks, I hit my backstroke. Knock on the door.
Yeah, the dance floor.
All I really take is a little taste. I like girl blue eyes with a little.
How you guys doing? You guys are really vibing today, huh? Yeah, you guys are definitely vibing. Good to see you all. Hope you guys, your guys' day is going well. 50 followers, baby.
Yo, is this seat taken?
Oh my gosh. Let's go.
Chandelier, limousines. Really think I'm seeing things. Read the line in between.
Oh, okay, we got it. Oh, we got it.
Get home to a cold shower. Need that.
Oh, yeah, I'll eat that. We got 450 for Ryan. Can we get a 500? We get 500 for Ryan. Let's get 500. Look at this bad boy. Wow. From Delicious. I'm trying to give ASMR. Oh, did I? Huh? Yeah, I think I did. Yep.
Too many, I'm going. Too crazy, and I got bad ones, and they ready.
5, 6. Can't remember anything that I know. We got lit. Oh, yeah. Yo, what's up, Faye? Faye the way. Yo, Toby with the big toe. Can't wait to lose this streak. It's so funny. You'll get this big streak, and then with one stream, it's gone, and then he's back. Below me. I mean, wait, what? No. No! Bro, it's been
I'm
helping
so
me
weird.
remember. Like, you don't even know, man. These numbers are hard, okay? But you know what's not? Wait. That sentence. You. Anyways, what's up, guys? How you guys doing? I just realized the La Boo Boo, the Z Momo, he has like a Batman shadow. I just realized that. He's got the Batman thing going on. I am the knight. Like I just realized he's got like that whole villain / superhero shadow. Anyways, guys, how you doing? What's up, Twitch? What's up, YouTube? Good to see you all here. Guys, got to get used to that, even though I basically don't got anybody really on YouTube yet because we just started. I'm going to be saying that every time now. What's up, Twitch? What's up, YouTube? Good to be here. It feels weird with YouTube, right? Because it's like I'm starting Twitch all over again, but on YouTube. But anyways, the numbers, Mason, what do they mean? I hope your day yesterday was great. I hope your day today so far. Many of you also in the UK and somewhere in the EU, so I know your day's already been going. I hope it's been good. I hope you guys have been having a wonderful time. Hey, doctor, what's up? Our numero uno madurete on YouTube. My watch streak went away. I'm at 60. No, you're not. Are you? Wait, it doesn't show. Why don't I see it? Why don't I see it? Help us, YouTube. He has trapped us in the walls. I fell asleep on stream yesterday. See, if you want to be so cozy, you can come and hang out here. You'll even fall asleep because it's so fun.
Cookies!
The La Boo Boo we deserve, but not the La Boo Boo that we need. Oh my god. That dude, I'm not even, I can't unsee it now. I ordered some new glasses. They're gonna be photochromic, so they gonna change. So they change based on UV light.
I guess it's
They
time to lie again.
change so I just have blue light filter. Yours changes based on you. So what okay, first of all, what is that experientially gonna feel like? Is that different colors? And also, why? What is the reason for it? Because I don't know anything about it. I remember you talking about the chromatic, but I still, you know, curiousness. I can't show it unless it's a big number. You can't show it. What do you mean? It all. Wait, what? Is it gonna show when you get 69? You're not better than me. Oh wait, hold on. Listen.
It's something about the girl that just makes my head wanna twirl. Oh, you got me want to tell all them other girls there's nothing else better on this world. The moment I've seen her.
He says, wait, hold on. Puts to say that he's better than me at games, and then puts that this guy, bro. He's such a look at. He's such a troll. He's such a troll. All right, doctor, you're better than me at games. Anyways, I was actually watching Batman Begins last night, bro. What are the odds of that? What are actually the odds of that? How was it? That sucks. That it's only gonna show if you have like 70. I would feel like Twitch should be in culture enough to know that on 69, at least that one, they should. You know what I mean? So it's like sunglasses and regular. Oh, okay. And then it just switches when you walk outside with the sun. Yeah, okay, I know those. Yeah, those have been around for a long time. Because my eyes get light sensitive, so it'll help when I go out. Your eyes get do they actually hurt and get sore when you have too much? For me, it's just blue light. If I watch blue light, like on TV, any TV I use, I put a blue light filter. Even though it changes the color a bit, which I hate, but it is what it is. If I watch a TV all day, like for long hours, like an average TV, my eyes will be sore and hurting by the end of the day. And it sucks. And then eventually I might get a searing migraine. Springtrap is going to finally be in Dead by Daylight. Springtrap is who? Which villain is that? I watch Batman. How often do you actually... No, but in all seriousness, how often do you actually watch Batman? I know we would make the jokes about it, but like, how often do you? The transition glasses. All I know is that I've seen those glasses for a very long time. Oh, FNAF. Okay, guys, look. Keep in mind, I never got into FNAF, all right? The most I saw was from pop culture... You know, back in the day, PewDiePie and a bunch of stuff. Like, I did not care for FNAF. I know if you show me pictures of characters, I'll know them. I know the basic gist of the game. I've seen some gameplay. But, like, if you just say the names, I probably won't remember them. You know what I mean? I was never a FNAF guy, and I never thought of caring about the content. That's the thing. So this is definitely not the first time someone has says a FNAF name in the channel, and I didn't know. It's definitely not the first time. Oh, shoot, man. The last time I watched... Bro, I don't remember the last time I watched a Batman movie. I'm not even gonna lie. It doesn't really hurt, like, get sore, but I physically can't open my eyes all the way if it's too bright. I get astigmatisms. Oh, my God, dude. Honestly, you poor man. Like, genuinely, to have to deal with that... Doctor, stop being obnoxious. To genuinely have to go through that, man... I feel for anybody who goes through eye issues. Genuinely, because, like, come on. You gotta... You're fortunate enough that you have vision, but then you have to deal with all this nonsense. It's like, come on, man, you know? It's like, ugh. Yeah, no, I totally get it. Also, Doctor, I wanted to mention it to you, and I forgot to actually message you about it, but I did bring it up, I think, yesterday on stream. Doctor, let me know. I'm back at it again, baby! Let's freaking go! Let's freaking go! Bro, this girl does not quit. Oh my God, bro. She don't quit. Faye. Thank you so much for the sub. What's up, Crow? Thank you so much for the sub to Doctor. Even though Doctor has been triggering me already today. Thank you so much, Faye. I really appreciate that. Also, I hope you're loving web fishing. That game just looks like such a great, relaxing time. Like the vibes, the visuals, the gameplay. It's such a relaxing, cute game. Doctor, I wanted to know if sometime soon, like either maybe this weekend or after... If I say maybe because I know it's been so long and I know you have no desire to go back to it. It's just like if going back to it might feel like wasted time for you. But I wanted to know if you ever wanted to help me through and try out some more dungeons on Destiny 2. Because I kind of really wanted to try out all these like later game content that I never got to. We had started a while ago and... I don't know. I really wanted to do some dungeons and whatnot. I would say raids, but we have no groups, right? And last time we tried the raids, it didn't work out. And the actual, guild, they don't play anymore. So that's another story. So. Spicy. But yeah. I don't go through my eye issues aside from being blind. Wait, you have really bad vision, Respect? Anytime I've seen someone draw you or a picture of you, you didn't have glasses. But then again, I only seen one picture of you was snorkeling. And then the drawings of you never had glasses, so I didn't assume. I imagine having to pay just to see. That's what I'm saying. For them, having eye vision is literally paywalled. It's literally paywalled. Work too busy. I was here yesterday as well, but didn't say anything. Lol. I believe it. I know you're a heavy lurker, which is awesome. I'm a huge lurker. It's what I do. By the way, Super, good to see you. Matthew Lillard is in the FNAF movie. It was but I fell asleep. Yeah, Shaggy, right? Shaggy. Web fishing is also... I know, because I watched Jody, Quarter Jade. I watched John Masayoshi and some of the other ones from Offline TV. They had a huge web fishing phase. Like, I think it was November, around November, October. And they had a huge phase, maybe December. And I actually enjoyed just watching them play. It was such a cozy vibe. I'll be in your group. Listen, Respect, if you actually had the gear and had played for a while, I would be like, dude, let's do it. But I know you only touched it for a little bit. I gotta update it, but sure, it's been a year. It's been a year, bro. You know what? To be fair, for me too. Like, I played it a little bit last night. But it's been a year since I've actually been playing the game. You know what's crazy? We both bought it, right? I know I bought it. I think you bought it too. We both bought the year expansion. I didn't do any of the acts. And that's actually, now I realize, and I get it, it's online gaming, it is what it is. But now I realize, like, if you're not playing the game, you're literally just paying for content you can never keep. And it's so stupid. Right? Like the episodic, like I can't go back and redo those episodes that I missed. And those battle pass things are all gone. I didn't do any, bro. I didn't even do one mission of a single act and I didn't get any of the items from those acts, which I don't think you could ever get them back, right, in gameplay, which I think is dumb. I feel like afterwards they should just shove it inside of gameplay that you can earn it again. After Final Shape, bro, I didn't even finish Final Shape. I did a mission of it yesterday. That's it. But yeah, getting paywalled in Vision is actually crazy. I'm so glad I don't have that. But my heart definitely goes out for those that do have that problem. I have like 40 hours in Destiny 2, my guy. Yeah, that's nothing. Or was that supposed to be a lot? Wait, did you mean that like I don't really have a lot of time? Like you just dabbled? Or did you mean like you actually had a lot? Well, I know there's people who play the game and they can basically speedrun stuff and get like good gear, right? But compared to all the players that I played with, the hours is 40 is not close. Like it wasn't perfect and could def be better, but I thought it was fun to watch. The movie, like I said, I have no desire to watch the movie because I didn't even like FNAF to begin with. And mind you, I technically grew up with it as a late teenager. Didn't care for it. But I'm sure it's probably, yeah, no, I just never cared for it. It just wasn't my thing. But also, I'm not big on like scary stuff. Even though for a lot of people it's not scary, it's just I never get attracted, right? Isn't Bungie, right? Bungie having problems with lawsuits because of retired content. Are they actually doing lawsuits? Because that would be a miracle. Genuinely, that would be a miracle because since I ever started playing Destiny 2, me and Doctor talked about that. Doctor always mentioned it. But I would complain about that a lot. I'm like, man, the new game experience, for a new player experience is terrible. And the fact that you just shelve content is the most hideous, ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Like they set a horrible precedent. Like I've missed out on years and years worth of content. If I was to genuinely because like you can say the grind is bad because a lot of grind, but if you know what you're doing, you can skip a lot of that. I grinded for fun and just play the crap out of the game, right? See, I got 2,000 exactly overall consoles. I actually have 800, but I really got into Destiny 2 and the worlds and the atmosphere and the grinding and all that. I would say my biggest complaints that ruins it of what it's supposed to be, right? It's supposed to be a looter shooter. Two biggest complaints. One, shelving content. Shelving content is insane, like actual insanity. Shelving content. You have 400 hours in Destiny 2? Since when? I remember you saying you were going to hop on it and play for a bit, and then you had finished it in like a few weeks or something. How do you have 400 hours in Destiny 2? Since when? And you never even talked about it. What? Oh, on console. But Destiny 2 or Destiny 1? What? Wow. Okay, now I'm shocked. So you played Destiny. Oh, hopping on again. So, okay, well, shoot. I mean, if you actually, I wouldn't mind, right? If we could get a group going, it would make it easier instead of just adding a bunch of randoms all the time. Or more randoms. But yeah, Doctor, genuinely though, I really would love, like my goal would be to just try out each dungeon. And like if there's ever a dungeon we actually enjoy, I would love to try and get like a cool gun from it. But I want to like, because I genuinely love Destiny 2, right? I don't like where it's at now. That's why we both stayed away. But like in terms of late game, the late game's been there since forever and I just never got to it. And it's the first MMO that I've actually been able to touch late game stuff, you know. And every other MMO I try to be like World of Warcraft and others. It was just rough with a bunch of strangers and even in guilds and stuff. It was rough. But I know with you, it's a lot easier because we're friends, and then you guide me through, and then we get to like actually enjoy doing it, even if some parts can be kind of a grind. But it's okay. I really would love to do it. I wish I could do more raids, but you know. Anyways, I think shelving content is the most ridiculous thing. That's full on planets, storylines, all of that. And I mix together in that the episodic thing. The episodic thing is amazing when you're consistently playing the game. I think the episodic thing is really cool. The fact that they shelve that content is crazy. Along with the items and weapons and skins from it. That's one thing. The second, and this is in my opinion, one of the biggest faults of Destiny 2 is their shop. It is probably the biggest fault. And you may say, why? There's so much loot you can get in the game. True. The amount of skins, ornaments, whatever, all the names you can call them. I'll just make it easy. Skins and weaponry stuff and armors that are amazing, like phenomenal, so cool, wonderful, that you would think, oh, this is what a looter shooter is. You're going to get the highest achievements and you're going to earn that coolest weapon. You can show it off and you can enjoy it. No, you just have to buy it in the store. And so that is something that I think is their biggest downfall. It's the biggest face of greed, and it is the most stupid thing when your game is a looter shooter and you hide the best obtainable gear, cosmetics, and all of that, which is what you really play for, in a shop. I mean, like the coolest of the cool you have to buy. Now, if this game actually enabled you to do a raid and get some of the sickest skins, get some of the sickest armor gear, all that stuff, and visuals and effects and ships, and your ride, and you keep forgetting the name, your Sparrow. I call it a speeder because it's Star Wars. If you could do that, I would literally say this is a 10 out of 10, probably the best MMO looter shooter you could ever play in your life. But because you can get some cool weapons from a raid, because they have to at least put one, right? That's basically how it is. Or for a dungeon, because you're talking hundreds of cool weapon skins and armor skins and your vehicle skins, and all the list goes on, all in the store, and collaborations all in the store. None of them are obtainable at all in game, and they are the best. They are the best skins for your guns, better than anything in game, aside from maybe just a few. And even then, you can't get skins in game anyways. You have to buy them all. That is probably the biggest like sin I think Destiny 2 has that got me over the edge. I was like, I bought a few because I love them so much. I'm like, why am I paying for this? This should be in the game. I should be looking forward to grinding hours and hours to obtain this and feel cool. Like, dang, I got this item. That's the whole point of these games. So that was the biggest thing that got me over the edge. I was like, I can't do this, man. They keep it's like almost monthly, always releasing cool skins, and they're always to be bought. When I'm like, man, you guys could have at least done 5, put 2 of them in the game to earn, and 3 of them in the shop if you didn't want to be that greedy. So that really got me over the edge with that, along with the content stuff. Anyways, I love off-putting sci-fi like Aeon Flux. Marathon's got that vibe. Listen, I can tell because I know you like drawing the almost uncanny valley stuff, but for me, anything creepy is not really my vibe. You know, D2 even more in Destiny. I'm a huge Halo player, play a lot of early Destiny. You know, it's funny, I never touched Destiny 1, but also I didn't really have up-to-date console stuff in it at the time. But I was a huge, like, my life was Halo back in the day, but I never ended up playing Destiny. But then all of a sudden I played Destiny 2, and it was one of the most hooked games I had ever played in like a decade, aside from Fortnite when it came out. So I guess that says a lot about, if you were a Halo fan, this is like the next level. To be honest, Destiny 2 became better than what Halo became in every way, in my opinion, aside from how they managed it. But in terms of the game, yeah, I wish it was an actual consistent story you didn't have to pay. 100% agree. The pricings for everything is ridiculously stupid, aside from the fact that they also have a shop. And then the story, I didn't finish Final Shape, but my God, was it trash. Most of the story was like passable, but the content was fun to play through, right? Like there was stuff you'd like, but it was always mid. I think Doctor could agree, aside from the shelved content. I think Destiny 2 was actually pretty dang good with the shelved content, and then everything was kind of mid until the Witch Queen, and that was like top tier. And then everything else was mid. Neo Muna was some of the worst content I've ever played, not even just in Destiny, but in general. And Final Shape, I think, was like, I think they could never really make it that great, but yeah. As long as we don't have to Ghost of the Deep dungeon is so long. Ghost of the Deep is the underwater one, right? Ironically, I would love to get like the water gun skin thing, whatever, but 100% just skip that. Like for like other dungeons that I want to try dungeons I've still never done. I'll look at the tracker and see what it says I haven't done. And secondly, for anything that I want like a specific cosmetic or something in, like I don't want you to worry about that. You know what I mean? If anything, I might just, once I learn how to do dungeons, some dungeons that maybe that I have weapons that I like, the cosmetics, I'll join randoms maybe for it, stuff like that. Unless it's a dungeon that you actually like, then I'm like, oh, we do it together more, you know. But we can avoid Ghost of the Deep. I remember that dungeon was really long. It's only fun to earn them. I feel nothing just by 100% agree. And the only reason I bought them super was because I knew I was going to put, like, let's say I was at hour 200 in the game. I knew I was going to put hundreds of more hours. I just knew it. There was no way I was going to finish time soon. And I love the skins so much. I got them and I still think they look beautiful. But then it got me to, but then it set in. I already felt that with other games. It set in, especially after Fortnite. And then Valorant was like the nail break. I brought like a pack of skins of Valorant. I was like, yeah, never again. But then Destiny 2 was so different and new for me. And but then it got me to that point. I was like, you know what? I just can't do this. Like, for instance, I'm a big Star Wars guy. They released Star Wars skins. Guess who didn't buy it? First of all, Star Wars pisses me off right now, and with Disney. And two, Destiny, I'm like, bro, everything you want me to pay for in this game. And what's crazy is that I had bought the game and then it went free to play. And I was like, I'm just like, okay, I get it. You're a free to play game, but my God, you're gouging money out of everything. There's got to be other ways, right? Can I always swap over to Star Citizen? I am convinced that Star Citizen is money laundering. Yo, Patoots, new phone, who this? Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hopefully I'm not too late to that. My bad. Actually, can I see? Oh, that makes it so much easier. Timestamps. Yes, thank God. But anyways, Patoots, I hope your day is going well. It's good to see you. Seriously. Man, can this guy yap a lot. Patoot, who that? Sorry, Teo, okay? Teo, T-O, Tay, the T. Teo. I'm gonna call you Patoots. Don't fight me. Also, when you enter with new phone, who this? Come on. And your picture, so there's also that. PokeMMO has better skin earning than Destiny 2. Well, yeah, but it's also a different thing, but yeah. I get that Destiny 2 is this massive game, graphics, teams they need, writing, CGI, blah, 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 blah. I get it. But my God, if everybody's been complaining about it and whatever, I mean, come on. Warframe is that's why I like Dark Souls and Elden Ring. When you get some hard to find stuff, you get to use it and kill randos. Okay, well, we already talked about this, Super. You just like beating up people, you bully, okay? But 100% agree. I have definitely gotten to the point where I saw the pattern. Well, let me just read what you guys said. Halo goated, you tripping. Halo now is goated? Like current Halo? I held they have bright dust, but most items only require silver. 100% agree. Like, it's cool that they have bright dust so you could earn some skins, but even then, you know, it's like, come on, you get one skin out of 50 plus, if not more. Halo actually has consistent lore, which is why I'll always consider better than Destiny. I 100% agree that Destiny lore is chaotically all over the place. And to be honest, I think that the team of Destiny has not even tried to make it digestible for any players, which is crazy for an MMO. You would think they would do some kind of experience to help you catch up. I mean, freaking World of Warcraft, as trash as it is in the retail one, you can play through all the old content. But then Destiny is like, you can't touch Destiny 1 content. You can't touch half of Destiny 2 content. It's like, bro, what do you expect? Oh, you might have missed Rock Smash yesterday. It's in a cave. Dude, I was going to say, I got on PokeMMO yesterday, and I was going to fly out and do some level grinding. I can't fly out of the islands. And I'm like, I'm not going to progress the content outside of stream. So that sucked. I like the multiplayer in Infinite. The custom map maker was dope. So I never got big into Infinite or any of the modern ones aside of, like, the last one I had actually played was Halo 4. I remember Halo 3 was really big on the map maker stuff. I remember growing up heavy on that, and that was Halo 3 Forge was like the thing. And the thing is that I don't know, anything after that was just like, okay. Because they had already been there, done that, and I don't know, like I said, I just never got back into Halo. Like, lore-wise, I can't say because I haven't kept up, right? So I'm taking you guys' word, respect's word at that. Your name is Teo, but I'ma call you Patoots. Yeah, exactly. Hello, Pats. No clue, Pats is. We're calling you Patoots. You know what? How about we just call you... You know what, chat? Chat, give me a name for Patoots. Give me something. Just give me a new name. She doesn't want to be Patoots. We're going to call her something else. What do you guys got for me? Also, are we doing hardcore mode? Sorry, guys. Hardcore mode for your DLC stories. Hardcore mode for your DLC stories? Are you meaning like are you talking like the final shape, the witch queen and stuff like that? You're talking about like doing that on the I think it's the legendary or whatever, the hardcore? Is that what you're talking about? Hopefully the next I mean, sure, I would love to. Like, I did one mission of final shape yesterday, and I did it on regular. I was like, I'm not wasting my time on legendary. I'm not doing that by myself, because my god, it takes so freaking long. At least for me, it did in the other one. So I was like, but if I have you, then yeah, shoot, I would do legendary with you and get whatever cool gear they have to offer. Heck yeah. Maybe you can catch some cool Pokemon on the islands too. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy the islands. It's just that level grinding that I wanted to go back to all the trainers. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. That one does seem to be a platform, but only for skins, not actual content. The Infinite Maker is way better than Forge. I believe it. The only thing is I hopped off of Halo so long ago that there was nothing that I saw that made me think I want to go back. Does that make sense? And I'm not saying it's bad. It was just nothing I looked at. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I want to stop playing whatever else I'm playing and go back. And I also don't know what's been going on in the storylines to make it like, oh, I really want that, you know? They made a Waffle House map. A Waffle House?
It's coarse.
Oh, an actual map maker, not just using just specific materials that they use on the buildings and stuff like that, like in Forge. They made the Waffle House. It sounds like the stuff you would play in Counter-Strike when they would make all these random maps back in the day. Pat? A serious... Yeah, Doctor's right. I think she is a serious ban evader. That's 100% what it is. Halo 3 still the best. Listen, Halo 3 for me was top tier. And also it was a cultural phenomenon. Halo 4 was not. Halo 5 I never touched. I don't think any other game really reached the levels of Halo 2 and 3, if I'm correct. I could be wrong. Not saying any of the new ones are bad. Okay, I just want to make that very clear. I'm just saying what they became, how big they were. Oh my god. She dared me. Hey, it's out of my hands. It's out of my hands. Hi, Butter. It's out of my hands. I can't. What can I say? Just the story alone in Halo. I think I need to be caught up with Halo lore and then see if it's really that good. I wouldn't mind trying it out again. Patootie with the booty. Listen, I'm not going to be calling Patootie with the booty because I'm booty be poppin'. Hello? That's fair. The community maps were the only things I turbo loves. It's like the Counter-Strike. How did they actually manage getting that? Because I remember being in Counter-Strike and they had the most random stuff. Most random stuff back in the day. You never played Reach though? Okay, well, that's reaching. Okay, we don't need to go that far back. By the way, hi, how you doing, Alligator? Good to see you. I grew up a PlayStation kid, never had the Halo experience. Man, I'm telling you right now, I will say PlayStation has some bangers, but I will say this. It was a phenomenon. I mean, I just remember growing up, Halo 2 and Halo 3 was genuinely a phenomenon. It was like the Fortnite of the time. But Halo was, in my opinion, the first of its kind. Which is it was the Fortnite. It was the first of its kind. It was crazy. It was the first real first person massively taken on first person shooter. Online. Yeah. Anyways, on console, aside from like Counter-Strike obviously. Anyways, you didn't play ODST either, two of the best ones. All right, you want to go there? You want to fight? Halo reaches peak Halo. Oh, what's that, guys?
runneth thy pockets? I think not, you scallywag.
I'll be right back. I gotta handle something real quick.
Now I'm trophied up, I'm saying like bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. The type of shit I'm on you wouldn't understand.
Meow, 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 meow. Like, meow. Okay, guys. So I got off the phone with my sister. Let me just catch up with you guys 100%. Where's it coming to be able to say hi to Butter, you son of mothers? Hi, Patoots. Oh my God. The first. Guys, keep in mind, everything that you do on the YouTube right now will be the first. This is the first meow spam we've ever had. Get cleaned, rather burned. This is great. No need to take my voice away. Yeah, no need. She is a ban evader, but we're going to look past it today. Also not true. COD was already out. Okay. But Halo 2 was out before any real popular COD. COD became much bigger after. And I remember this vividly. Halo 2 was a phenomenon. Halo 3, I think, blew up even bigger worldwide than Halo 2. But then it also had like COD out as well. But even then, Halo 3 had a huge time. And then COD really caught on as big as it did. And obviously COD took it for all these years. Bad Company 2 was tits. Loved Bad Company. I still, you're talking about Battlefield, right? Battlefield is still my franchise, even if I don't play it anymore because of just, you know, it's not the best like it would used to be. But I still play the crap out of all of them, every single one of them. For me, Battlefield Bad Company was
because the pain is the truth.
Like I still remember the main menu music. I used to play the life out of Battlefield Bad Company. PS doesn't really have a Halo equivalent as much as Sony would love. Killzone was not close at all, right, corporate? So I had a PlayStation 2 back then. I never had gone to PS3. And I just remember that PlayStation was so far behind in online experience back then. Like Xbox just blew it out of the water. PlayStation had really good. PlayStation, from if I remember correctly, was like an RPG maker. It was basically the RPGs, really good like certain big AAA games, but it was not the online place. Halo, Xbox was like had a monopoly on that at the time. Now it's different, obviously. You're going to look at Gardic. So I got to tell you guys something. Let me tell you something. Hi, Faye. Wait, Faye's in here? What's poppin'? Yo, Faye's in the YouTube chat. Where Gardic link at? Oh, I had posted it. But then I didn't put it on the top. That's why. There you go. Guys, so I got a little bit of bad news. about the stream today. See, I was already playing like COD 3 or whatever it was with Modern Warfare 2. Dude, World War 2. Listen, I had touched and been playing some COD stuff, but I vividly remember that Halo 2 and Halo 3 was, look, not just, you know, just our individual. I remember vividly, culturally, Halo was the thing. Halo 2 and Halo 3, there was nothing like it. COD was like gaining strong traction during Halo 3, but Halo 2 and Halo 3 were king at the time. Like, they were the king. And then when Halo 3 was starting, like, it wasn't peak anymore, COD really took it. COD really took it all the way, and they've just never dropped it. Well, that's debatable, but in terms of being the brand recognition name and all that, Halo is not that, and COD definitely is, right? I enjoyed Uncharted 2 and 3 multiplayer. I didn't even know they had multiplayer. I'm not going to lie to you. But I knew that they were very good and popular games. I've never played the Uncharted series. I had touched Uncharted once on PlayStation. I had touched it on PS Vita. Never really played. See, I was already playing. My bad. I know what you mean about how much it blew. Yeah, it was just, oh my God. I love Medal of Honor. Dude, you remember Medal of Honor, the most famous one on the PS2? My God. Yeah, exactly. Story was like PlayStation was known for having like these top tier games. Just not top tier online multiplayer games. Even into the PS3 era. Even though I think it was only because their online service just was lacking so bad. And I remember because I had friends with the PS3 while I had the Xbox 360. And then I did end up getting the Xbox One. Xbox 360 was the last console I had gotten going forward because of money. I know Last of Us did. I know The Last of Us did. But even then, those multiplayers, they just could never compete to these other kinds. Those are more niche, you know, right? Which is very strange that they didn't go forward adding. They didn't add Last of Us multiplayer to any of the new ones or the remakes, right? Or remasters, right? I never watched a YouTube live stream before. Me neither. Well, I had put a Valkyrie one, but I never watched it. And I put it like once or twice, and that's it. I don't watch YouTube streams. I think YouTube live is a very difficult thing to even manage. Or everybody who's been on YouTube left and went back to Twitch, like Ludwig, Valkyrie, Lily Pichu, and the rest. And they all say the same thing. The discovery on YouTube is terrible. But the good thing on YouTube is that if you can also gain followers and stuff with your videos, those same people can also possibly become a part of your lives. And it's just like dabbling into everything. Like, I think this weekend, I already watched videos on it. It's a little more different on how to set up. But I think by next week's streams, I'll have TikTok up as well. And then we'll have 3 chats in here. We'll have, so I'll be saying, what's up YouTube? What's up Twitch? What's up TikTok? And we're going to probably have all 3 live at the exact same time. I'm just trying to broaden it. And I know that going live on those platforms is basically like starting from scratch, but they also have their own followers. Or like TikTok, I have completely different followers as well. Even if they're not a lot, I have other people and other, you know, people that can find us, right? How long can redeems be? I typically try to cap them at 15 seconds. 15 being the most expensive ones. Like, I'll charge those at like 4,000 or 5,000 for the redeem. But those are like very rare. Like, I only have a small handful. Typically, I'll aim for less than 7 seconds. And the really expensive ones, the cap is 15. That's what I typically do. Although Fighting Game Community denounced the PS3 alone. Was it that bad? Was the rollback and all that stuff that bad? Because I remember that whenever I saw PlayStation stuff at any comic shops or people hanging out, they would all still be playing like Naruto and Dragon Ball, stuff like that. But I never heard anything about the actual online fighting community from that era. Yeah, let's look at the arts. So, guys, I have a little bit of bad news about the stream today. I was planning on streaming up until like 6 p.m. Eastern. That was the plan, but plans changed a little bit. You may ask why. I got off the phone with my sisters, and genuinely, I really want to do this for my sister. So I got off the phone with my sister, and why not add a 4th kick? I actually don't have a Hey It's Caleb kick account. Never been on that site. I went one time, and I don't even remember why. I went to watch. Was it XQC? Was it Aiden? It was somebody when there was a big controversy, something like that, and I downloaded it just to see what was going on. And that's it. But I wouldn't mind. Hey, the more the better. I wouldn't even mind making a Hey It's Caleb kick. Have 4 chats up in here. The more, the merrier. And I'll try my best to keep up with it. So what happened was I got on the phone. So today is, so my nephew, he does jujitsu, the jujitsu training. He's only 5 years old, right? And today they're doing a Mother's Day jujitsu class. And so my mom was going to go over to my sister's house to go and watch my niece while my sister goes to jujitsu with my nephew. And it's like a class where the mom actually... what's up, Nuke? What's up, Nuke? I care what you say. The mom participates with their kid in jujitsu, and they're like, they do the class and different like mom kid stuff together. And but my mom got sick last night, and she's doing okay, but she had like a little bit of a fever last night, and so she obviously can't do it. And so I got on the phone with my sister before stream, so I was still seeing if I was gonna do stream, and I was like, hey, if you really need, I'll go watch my niece so you can go and do blah blah blah. And she said, oh, it's not a big deal, it's okay, blah blah blah. Well, you know, it's just gonna be training with him. It's okay. I gotta go do something afterwards, anyways. Blah blah blah. So she just called me black. She just called me back, and she said, hey, so I told my nephew. I told him that wouldn't be able to blah blah, and he actually got pretty sad. And he said, he said, Mama, I really wanted you to be there. And if any of you grew up with your parents, when you know how special it would be to actually have your parent be there for you in your sports stuff, whatever, especially if it's a Mother's Day thing or a Father's Day thing, and every other kid has their parent there and yours is not. I actually experienced that quite a few times, and it sucked. And so he said to her, but Mom, I really wanted you there, and I know that it broke her heart, and especially when your kid talks to you like that, you're just like, how can I say no to that, right? How dare she? I'm like, she's wrong. You're so... I know. She called me black. Can you believe it? She's colorblind. But so I was like, I got you. Don't worry. You know what I mean? I don't want for me, it's important because Mother's Day is once a year. And I don't want my nephew to miss out on Mother's Day thing just because nobody can watch my niece. So I'm going to be having to end the stream in about 40 minutes. I'll have to end by 3 p.m. Eastern. I'll already be either raiding or getting off. So I'm sorry about that, guys. I wasn't oh shoot, you're right. This is the black and white. And also, Nuke, you suck. So I want to do that for her. I was very much looking forward to streaming today, not gonna lie. But this is definitely something important. So I'm not gonna be able to stream much longer today. I'll see if maybe there's a way that I can make up some of these hours. No, I can't tonight. That's something that sucks. I can't later tonight because I already have plans as well. Maybe I can do some hours this weekend. I'll find out something. Even if I can't, we'll figure something out. Either way, I'm still gonna be here with you guys, but instead of going into PokeMMO or actually even yapping as long as we normally would, I'll be doing that. But watch my niece, so my sister can have a good Mother's Day thing with her son. I sent you a clip I wanted. Can you crop out 10 seconds from it? I could. Is this from a wheel spin that you had one a while ago? People would recommend Street Fighter 4 on the 360. Dang, still? Was PS3 rollback and stuff like that bad? So Pokemon now, there'd be no point. We still gotta look at a Gardeck art. Want to start the current Gardeck? Then I can whip something up. Yeah. Let me start it now. For you guys. So the thing is, I can leave Gardeck open. I can leave the computer on while I'm gone. Single drawing, single turn. I can leave it on while I'm gone. It's not a big deal. There's no time limit to the Gardeck. Also, let's see. Why not? That would be crazy, and more people finding out about Leby's Diarrhea Dance. Let's not. But yes, I'm definitely going to try to get TikTok going this weekend for the next stream, and Kick. I might actually end up doing that too. I gotta make an account first. Hope you have fun with your niece. Yeah, of course. It's gonna be a wonderful time. You know what I mean? And for me, as wonderful as it is gonna be just to be with my niece, because I love that little girl. She is amazing. She just started doing ballet class with her cousin, and they're both what, 3, 4, tiny little things, and so cute. And this winter she's gonna have her first recital, and I told my sister, I'm like, are we the adults now going to the kids recital? You know, like we were the ones having stuff like that. But not only that, we would watch movies about the parents that could or couldn't make it to their kids recital. Like we're those adults now that go to the kids recitals and cheer them. Like I think it's so cute. So I'm very much excited for her dance recital that's gonna be in the winter, and she's loving her dance classes with her cousin and wearing the little outfit and everything like that. I got one ages ago that I never redeemed. Bro, I feel like you got so many other redeems you still haven't done either. Not redeems, like wheel spin wins. There was no rollback back then. It was peer-to-peer with bad netcode. Oh, bro, that's what I'm trying to say. Like PS3 was just what were they doing? You know what I mean? What were they doing? If anything, it fits the cliche that Japan was always so far behind when it came to like mainstream online tech. And now there's like Sony's great now, but I mean Nintendo definitely shows it. Well, but Nintendo is its own subsection, and it feels like they never want to progress. And the Switch 2, I'll be honest with you guys, there was some things I thought about the Switch 2. I was like, oh, I want to get it. And then I'm just like, you know what? If I'm looking at that, I'm like, I don't even want to give them my money. Like genuinely, I'm like, would I rather Switch 2 or Steam Deck? And I'm like, I would rather Steam Deck. I don't know. It does suck that the fighting game stuff. So that's an entire generation where fighting games were gone. So PlayStation lost their entire fighting game audience then, and went right to Xbox. Is it just Switch that has dodgy rules about multi-streaming? Like nope, doesn't exist anymore. That ended like a year ago. Doesn't exist, Ultra. About a year ago, they had those rules. You could not multi-stream, and if you did, and I remember you had a friend that would try to avoid it. Remember back then, a streamer, where if you did, you either had to not be big and they couldn't find out, but if they did find out, you could get banned. They stopped that a year ago. It was literally not that long after you were having that one guy. I think he played COD or something. It was not that long after, and they basically did it because of money. Because they were always giving people exclusive contracts, and I think just Twitch wasn't making any money, and it was their underhand way of basically like, hey, you can stream on any platform now, you don't have to be required here. I think there was just too much backlash and lack of funds to really supply for streamers. And like, you know what, just go stream everywhere else. So for like over a year now, you can basically stream on any platform, as many as you want, all at the same time. Nobody has any rules against it. It was only Twitch, and Twitch stopped that a long time ago. Xbox was doing so good until they raised their prices. Basically, you know what I'm convinced of? I'm convinced that Nintendo, Microsoft got on a phone call before the Switch 2 was announced their pricings. I'm almost positive this has been in the works for over a year, and I wouldn't be surprised if Sony is right behind them. They all got on a phone call. I 100% think they got on a phone call, because what are the odds that exactly when Nintendo announces their huge price hikes, Xbox comes within like a month later. They just wait like a good month, and then boom, they talk about their price hikes. And then their excuses are tariffs. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I don't buy into the tariff excuse. I get it. I don't buy it. I think this was in the works for a very long time, and now they're just using that as like a perfect opportunity excuse. I wouldn't even be surprised if Xbox was going to announce this much later to avoid huge backlash, but because of the tariffs, they're like, shoot, we can actually take this as a great opportunity to use that as an excuse. Like, oh, this is why we're doing it. Don't hate us too much because, you know, tariffs and all. Yeah. That's my theory. I'm highly skeptical of large companies and stuff like that. I don't trust them. They will use any excuse to make their greedy decisions look okay and like excuse. So I'll dip in later. Bye, Magma. Lagging fights would go can spam him. Fireballs was the norm. Hate that stupid old guy. And they got it back with the PS4 though. Xbox would just not get fighting games for a while. So PS4, and then that's the funny thing. I remember with PS4, everybody who was playing a fighting game was playing on PlayStation. I remember when that friend I played Street Fighter with years ago, they were on PS4. And so I guess they got them all back. And I do miss those days of going to the comic shop where they had like video game section set up and seeing Naruto being played and seeing Dragon Ball and seeing Street Fighter and Tekken. You know, I do miss those days. I wish I had a comic shop really close. Like the one that I like going to is like a 30-minute drive. And even then, they don't have a video game section set up. They just have some of the board game stuff and then a massive comic and hobby store. But yeah. Oh, was it PS4 exclusive? I remember Street Fighter V had a horrible beginning, right? Weren't they notorious for that, for how bad it was when it first came out? Or was it afterwards bad? I just remember it had a huge controversy. Am I crazy? All I know is I ain't spending any dollars. I'm not. First of all, the gaming space is getting hugely messed with right now. I've been seeing this all over X, Twitter. Montages being made of like Claire Obscure game, the new Mafia game coming out, and like 2 others that are really well done, well selling games, high quality. All of them $50 and less. And they're saying, so you're telling me that these AA companies are coming out with $50 and cheaper games that are bangers, better than anything these large companies, these AAA companies have been coming out with. Amazing story, gameplay, graphics, sound design, direction, all that stuff. And then you're going to tell me Nintendo says, hey, Mario's $80 and it's definitely worth that money. Like, you know what's crazy? Now that there's all this huge gap context coming out, now that we have these indie developers, AA company developers coming out with their product of like passionate developers who are not being held back by investors and all these different kinds of people that have nothing to do with the creative process and anything like that. When they're not held back and then they're releasing amazing quality product to also being cheaper, it's making them look so bad. And they're getting the highest ratings, these cheaper games, than even the AAA ones. And then you have Nintendo saying that this new Mario Kart game is worth $80 100% versus like Claire Obscure 33, which is the highest reviewed rated game right now on Metacritic. You're crazy. And so it's making everybody look back because I'm like, wait, even I already thought $80 is insanity. But then I got like a double whiplash. I'm like, hold up. Yeah, why is a Mario game $80? And then you have these incredible looking games that are $50? Nah, screw that. It's just greed. Anyways, Xbox did things so well, removing exclusives on the new handheld being in production, and now they raise price for consoles that didn't even sell well. 100%, Max. It's greed. That's all I think it is, guys. I think it's greed. Also, Xbox is trying to probably make their money back. You guys are also got to understand, Microsoft sells Xbox at a loss. Those consoles are not that powerful for that cheap for no reason. Because even I was like, as a PC gamer, and I know a lot more about actual specs now because of how building computer, I looked at Xbox and I was like, that's not fair. How the heck are they paying so cheap for something that powerful? And then I found out they sell them at a loss and they make their money back through Xbox Live subscriptions and all that stuff. And so that's why they have Game Pass and all these things to make you have to be online. That's how they make their money. That's how they make it from all the stuff you buy, the controllers, the accessories, and mainly they're online. They make all their money because they sell complete. There's no way they can sell those consoles for the price they do. They're worth way more than that, in my opinion. And not even just my opinion, it's a fact. Right side of Xbox raising prices that they have like 0 exclusives. Like, what games will they even raise their prices on? That's fair, but they're definitely gonna. I don't know. That's a really good point. How can they raise those prices even higher if they're not exclusive? That's a really good point. So I'm curious to see what they're talking about, aside from obviously consoles and exclusives. I like I can share my games with my friend on Xbox. I do think Xbox Game Pass is revolutionary. Even though you don't own the games, many people are like, I don't care about owning them. I just want to play them, beat them, and then call it a day. I totally get that. I like to buy the games and keep them. But Xbox Game Pass is revolutionary, and you're saving money, especially if you're consistently playing. And sharing games, I didn't know that was a thing. Like, you can actually just share, or you mean like they can log into your account and play? Also, what you mean you couldn't fly back to Kanto? It didn't show it on the map. I clicked the map button and all it showed was the islands. And when I went to the ship ferry, it didn't give me the option to go back to Kanto. It just showed the islands. Was I not looking correctly, Respect? Because if I wasn't, I'm going to probably hop on tonight and I'm going to grind levels. Because I was in a cozy mood. And I'm going to tell you right now, getting on Pokemon MMO and the game is at nighttime is a vibe. By the way, is it only nighttime when it's nighttime here? Or is it its own in-game clock? Because nighttime in the game is a vibe. Also, publishers will probably increase the price if they see everyone do it 100%, and that's what I'm worried about. But I do think indie developers and AA are going to try to be the opposite and show that gap. And what's going to happen, and I think it's already happening, is people are having a huge disdain for these companies' pricings and seeing that, wait a minute, we can still buy amazing games for cheaper. Why am I going to pay for that? But then you also have your mainstream casual audience that doesn't even think about it. They just buy everything that comes out. So I don't know. We really got to see what's going to happen, because the only thing that changes these companies' minds is the wallet. That's, at the end of the day, money talks, right? I hate exclusives. I think exclusives are stupid, and I think one company that now changed, one company that suffered greatly and was ignorant on this and finally changed their mind because they realized, wait, we're losing money, is Square Enix. Square Enix was exclusive forever, and they said their games were selling well for an exclusive, but they still said we were not selling in the margins that we expected. Bye, gang. I gotta go. Bye, Crow. Good to see you though, Crow Bones. We were yapping about Xbox exclusive, price hikings, Nintendo, PlayStation, all that stuff. I do think that Square Enix said that they weren't hitting the margins they were hoping for because they keep looking at the margins of every non-exclusive game, and they realize, crap, we're stupid. We're doing all this work, we're putting all this effort, we're spending years on the game, spending all this money, and then we're not making as much money as we could. So boom, not exclusive. So I feel like games that are exclusive are honestly selling their games at a loss. And I feel like the only reason game is exclusive is because Microsoft pays a hefty good amount of that money to those developers. That's what I think. Maybe. Do Game Pass with Game Pass, though, they actually do need to raise prices. Listen, I think Game Pass is a steal. I think if they raise Game Pass, I feel like it's merited. I think the amount of money you pay for Game Pass for the amount of games you get and new releases that are not just trash, like $5 indie games. So you're like talking about like real legitimate games. I think if they raise that a little bit, honestly, there should be no complaints. But everything else, that's, I don't know. AAA games do have large development teams, so have more people to pay. But even though, this is one thing I think their teams have gone too big. I think they spend too much money on things that don't matter versus gameplay. And I think those are the biggest things. I think investors and stuff like that are too involved. But that's because I think their teams are too big. Like someone made a case about like Claire Obscure, how tiny their team was. And now it's the highest rated game because their vision was able to quickly get that. Like I saw a developer talking about this, and he said, when I was working, I think it was, I forgot, I don't know if it was EA or another one. Don't put EA in your heads. I might not have been them. Or it was Ubisoft. And it was like, if I wanted to get one thing done on just changing like a door, I had to then go to the art design team. That had to go to this team. I had to do that. Just to get one, and like 4 different groups of the company had to be talked to just to change one little asset. It's so ridiculous. And then you have these smaller teams with 30 to 50, maybe 60 people. And you're like, yo, I want to change this. And guess what? You walk down the hall, you ask that person, and then you get it done. And so you can get your vision done correctly. You don't have teams that are not communicating at all with each other, and you're all just making this discombobulated game that turns out to be one congruent game, but you can feel that it's not what it could have been, and it's not that good, and it feels like it's just a shadow of the idea. And so I think these companies are just, yeah, I think they're just wasting money on things. I do think Star Citizen is a money laundering scam. I don't know, man. That one's a scam, though. You can actually share on Xbox. You can sit on the home console and play every game co-op. What? As in, like, you can own a game, well, on Game Pass. You're telling me that a person can play the game for free with you at the same time you're playing it, not even like a library share? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's amazing. Oh, it was the yellow button. All right, I guess I'm going to get on PokeMMO tonight and do some grinding. I know, but it didn't cross my mind there, Respect. It, like, genuinely did not cross my mind. I'm not even kidding you. Its own day clock. It's actually night right now. Frack. Dude, nighttime is such a vibe in the game, especially because my character has a little torch. Remove exclusive, and some PlayStation is doing so bad with exclusive. 100%. I think Sony... Okay, I'm going to tell you right now. I think PlayStation and Xbox have nothing to offer. I think they've reached that point that like exclusives is meaningless, and their consoles are so similar that if like I think Sony's so scared if they stop doing exclusives, they have nothing better to offer, because now we're at the point where the tech is just basically the same. And then if I was to compare PS versus Xbox, removing exclusives, Xbox is the clear winner. Why? Xbox Game Pass. Nothing compares to that. Now, if I was to choose a real one, I would say get a PC. Never get a console, but that's another story and it's more expensive. I think exclusives are a dying breed of a thing. I think consoles should die in terms of their war. I think PlayStation has nothing to hold its ground now that the consoles are basically all the same thing, aside from a Game Pass, which I don't think PlayStation will ever do. So I don't know what PlayStation is going to do. I don't want PlayStation to end, but I do think that exclusives are a dying breed. Nobody wants that. Nobody cares about it. And more people are becoming PC gamers, and there's like no exclusive stuff going on with that. And I do think that if Sony doesn't pivot to something else, I think they can just die off without having their fanboys. I think the only thing that's going to keep PlayStation alive is their fanboys. If they don't have exclusives, only thing is they're genuine fans that are hardcore. That moved me. I wouldn't buy a Switch 2 if FromSoft wasn't making a game from it. Both PlayStation and Xbox. Like, the only thing that makes me want to buy a Switch is Zelda, Mario, and maybe like Xenoblade Chronicles or some of their really nice Nintendo. Because Nintendo does have a vibe from a lot of their games. They're very wholesome and cute and relaxing, you know, and cozy. But I'm not paying $80 for each, and the Switch 2 is not as great as it is. My friend online made a good point. He said, yes, it can play 4K, and yes, it can do 1080p handheld, but it doesn't mean every game can run properly like that. And I thought that was a really good point to be made. I didn't think about that. Living Remaster was added to Game Pass. That's insanity. $50 amazing game, one of the most popular things. They could have made that specifically not on Game Pass and nobody would bat an eye. The fact that they did is crazy. And all the good stuff goes with Game Pass anyways. I don't think PlayStation has a leg to stand on anymore. You ever see Ford vs Ferrari? I didn't. The exact problem takes place made me think of it. What do you mean in terms of like the quality of the car itself and how it runs? Is Ford and Ferrari basically just a cosmetic thing at this point? Would you say, Respect? I got a Switch for pretty cheap just for F-Zero 99. You got a cheap Switch just to play that game? That's fair. Because you can't play that anywhere else. That's fair. Was it good? I never played it. I have a Switch. I disdain my Switch. I love my Switch because I have certain games for Nintendo and it's handheld. Would I choose my Switch over a PS Vita? Never. I think the fact that a PS Vita, in my opinion, still runs better in every way than a Switch, being like 10 years older than it or more, is insanity. Now, the Switch 2 will be different, but I don't like how massive the Switch can be on the handheld. I needed to buy a grip for it just to feel comfortable in my hands. I think it runs terribly. I think the shop runs horribly. The worst online shop I've ever seen. I think the game exclusives are okay. I think its operating system sucks. I think its home menu sucks. I think it lacks any creative direction. I think it lacks any form of customizability. It's terrible. It has no... The Switch is a tablet, and that's it. It is a base tablet with nothing else added. It has no personality. The 3DS had all the Nintendo charm, and you can argue 2DS. But the Switch has no Nintendo charm. At best, it's a hybrid. That is the only thing, in my opinion, that's all it stands on, is that it's a hybrid. And I think the Switch 2 is just as bad. I think the hybrid is revolutionary, don't get me wrong. But the Wii had it as well. I think it's revolutionary, but I would still rather if Sony released its own. I wish there was a successor for the PS Vita. Because that system, I've been playing it lately, and it's just so beyond the Switch. And it's so goddamn old. Anyways, Steam Deck is also amazing. I just hate how these consoles are so massive for handheld. But, you know, I think Steam Deck is great, though, because it has the touchpads and stuff like that. I love handheld. I just think the Switch 2 sucks. I think it sucks. It has no personality. It's no fun. If it didn't have exclusives, I would not see any reason to have it. Except for it being the only handheld thing. But now there's a Steam Deck, so there's no argument for that. Thanks for the lurk, by the way, Frames. I can't do the PlayStation exclusives. It's too much story stuff that looks like it's not for me. I don't even know what's exclusive on PlayStation anymore, to be honest. They should start making phones as good as consoles. Nah, man. You want to pay $2,000 or something for a phone? That's gonna be crazy. And it's only gonna be, I don't know. I'd rather just get a PC. You know what I mean? Ford vs Ferrari. Shelby wanted to make his perfect car, but getting set back by Ford executives. Always having to get approval and go through the whole system. Oh, and that's what's happening with these massive gaming companies. And then you have this hilarious thing where Ubisoft releases their massive franchise of Assassin's Creed Shadows. Nobody cared for it. In fact, people disdained it. Nobody liked it. It was But like nobody even cares. It's as if it doesn't exist. It just came out. And then you have 3 ex-developers from Ubisoft that got together with other people, made a AA game. It is the highest rated game now on Metacritic, and everybody online's talking about it. And it is on the top sellers on Steam, along with all the other consoles. So, yeah, you know, it says a lot, right? Got 2 Switches. First one during COVID for Animal Crossing, but it's a light, and I wanted to put on my TV, so someone was selling the big one for cheap, and now I have 2 and trying to get rid of the light, but Animal Crossing safe. You actually want to get rid of the light? I contemplated getting the light one because I like pure handheld, but then I'm like, what's the point? If I have the regular Switch, what's the point of a light? It's a bigger screen. And if you wanted to feel more comfortable, buy a grip. I just don't think the Switch is great. I got Animal Crossing. I thought it was amazing when you started. I think okay, let's take off our rose tinted shades. Animal Crossing Horizons is horrible. It's horrible. It's amazing when you start it. And if you're not talking about just developing your world and digging it up and putting something new, I'm not talking about terraforming. Because that's the only content it has late game. Animal Crossing is the most cozy, amazing music, a wonderful art style, all that cute stuff. The game is terrible. It has no content. Every other Animal Crossing before had more content. Sorry, I'm just yelling at this point. I think anybody who plays Animal Crossing, including Faye, you have to be honest with yourself. There's barely any content in there. And all you got is terraforming at the end. That's not real content. When you're talking about like the 3DS one, you get to be a mayor, directing your town, multiple other things to do, online capabilities that are better. Animal Crossing should have had way more content, way more continuation, should have had DLCs. It should have had mini games for friends. Why in the world do you go to your friend's island? All you can do is look at your outfits. They should have put mini games, little ping pong, little snowball fights, fishing tournaments together. I mean, it's so like I'm not a developer, and it's so they could do so much more. I'm rage baited. The island thing. $3DS was sick just for the 3DS slider. You know, most people hated the 3DS for the 3D. I'm not one of them. I think 3D was revolutionary with no glasses. Yes, it can hurt your eyes after a while. I thought it was revolutionary. I think the 3D slider is amazing. Yeah, the Switch got a ton of indies, and they also do go on sale a lot, so I do enjoy that myself. I have a sick 3DS collection. Dude, I owned so many 3DS games. I think the 3DS is amazing. But because it's such a weak console, I prefer my PS Vita. But in terms of charm, personality, and just lovability, 3DS is amazing. You know what I mean? Are they actually old Ubisoft stuff? Yeah, 3 of them are old Ubisoft. One of them came out and made a statement saying he got so bored at being at Ubisoft that he just left. And 2 other ones as well. They got bored of it and they got tired of it. And then guess what? They said they found their lead writers. I think it was off of it was on Reddit. And she was a investment. It was something to do with finance. She was a lead writer. Their music composer they found on SoundCloud, and the list goes on. And now it's the highest rated. You know what I mean? It's hilarious. Ubisoft was probably foaming at the mouth, angry when they saw it. Faye, I'm not trying to hate on the game that you love. I think there's nothing like Animal Crossing. Yoki terraformed the crap out of that game. I think if we look objectively, it's a bare bones game, and I'm not alone. I think a majority of people who've talked about the game online, they agree. There should have been more. Nintendo abandoned it way too soon. They should have kept releasing content. I don't understand why they abandoned one of their most popular franchises at a time when everybody was eating it up. It makes no sense. I never said Animal Crossing. See, I said Starfield sucked. I said Animal Crossing was bad because they didn't add more stuff that, in my opinion, they should have had because it has so much potential. You always try to hate on things I love, cough Starfield. I loved Animal Crossing on the Switch. And then it all flew right over me and I realized there's nothing there. Like, it's just so much missed opportunity. I almost find it crazy when people don't realize it, because like at the end of the day, like you're gonna collect a few things, you're gonna pay off debts, and then all you have left is terraforming while trying to just collect some seashells or collect some things, basic things. And it's at the end of the day, I know Animal Crossing is a lot of busy work, but there's just terraforming and that. Like there was so much missed opportunity. Because I've watched people play, when you get to 100 hours plus, all you're basically doing is terraforming. And that's not great content in of itself, other than people who just love homemaking. You know what I mean? And if that's all you love, that's fine. You know, love it, experience it, make it your thing. But I feel like it's not like we can't say there should have been more as well.
I refuse to do it.
Right?
I will not. Do not care what you say.
I know I'm not the only one. I've seen tons of videos on this. The 3DS was goated for JRPG 100%. Nuke, I refuse to do it. Screw you, Nuki Pookie. 3DS was, the thing is, I feel like because it was the only handheld, 3DS was getting all the JRPGs, RPGs, all this cool stuff. I wish, I think 3DS is just such an amazing console, even though it was so weak in terms of like its actual processing power. I thought the 3D is amazing. I still think it's amazing. Any game I play on my 3DS, I turn on the slider to just see like, wow. And then after a while, I'll turn it back off because of my eyes. But, you know, it's the same game stuff. That's what I'm trying to say. Visually and audio-wise, it's amazing. But, like, come on. They should have done so much more. You know what I mean? Look, I tell everybody, I had the same mindset with other franchises I love. Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Pokemon, and the list goes on. Legend of Zelda. I have huge critiques about Tears of the Kingdom. You know, so I'm not trying to hate on what people love. It's okay, you just don't get, oh my God. It's okay, you just don't get it. What do you mean? I'm the one who got Yoki into Animal Crossing. And then the girl got obsessed with it. For instance, great example. To finish Animal Crossing talk, Stardew Valley blows Animal Crossing out of the water, and it's not even close in terms of content. It's not even close. I'm not saying Animal Crossing needs to have combat. I'm not saying that. I don't think it should ever have any form of combat. In terms of content, it blows out the water. In terms of graphical and stuff like that, they're just different. But Stardew Valley got it. The guy understood, and it was a single developer. He understood the assignment, and he killed it. Animal Crossing, when you play something like Stardew, you realize how much it's lacking. No, we don't have opposite taste because I think Animal Crossing was great, but it's bare bones. Oh my God. I swear, if Faye likes something, she doesn't ever critique it. She glazes it. But it's okay. If you love Animal Crossing as it is, that's fine. You know what I mean? That's genuinely what you feel. Oversaturation, they had Animal Crossing phone game too. They just closed that. Did they close it? I remember trying it on my phone and it was okay, but it was the same engine as the 3DS one. I was like, it's very dated. If it was the one from New Horizons, I would have been more inclined. Starfield could have been amazing. Here we go. It wasn't the only handheld Vita. Yeah, exactly. No one bought it. And I think it was two huge things. They abandoned the Vita like right after. Also, the proprietary memory card was an insane thing that they ever did. With the prices, insanity. PS Vita had the same power as the PS3. Why couldn't they do the same nowadays for better consoles? I think nobody wants to try the market. I think everybody's too afraid to even put in the money for marketing because Nintendo has had a monopoly. The time to do is now, or in the next few years, in my opinion. Nintendo is losing sway with its core fans. Its mainstream casual audience will probably still be buying him. Parents will be buying for their kids. But Nintendo has lost sway with a lot of their mainstream audience. Number two, so many other people have tried their hands on handhelds. And people are liking them, like the Steam Deck. There's the Asus one. There's, what's the other name? And handhelds in general, even knockoff indie ones you can buy on TikTok, are very popular now. I think handheld outside of Nintendo is more of a thing now. I feel like within this next year or two, Xbox and PlayStation want to maybe try their hand at handheld would be pretty good timing. Especially with the reception for Nintendo Switch 2 not being good. I had the OG. I never played Darkstalkers, but I played a bunch of other games on my PSP, including Monster Hunter. Loved my PSP. I was obsessed with my PSP. I have my PSP over there. I used PSP visually, aesthetically, the whole vibe was amazing. I used it more than any handheld. I used it as my media. I listened to my music. I watched stuff on it, videos. I browsed the internet, played games. I did everything. And then you think about Nintendo's stuff, and it was like, okay. But the Vita, still to this day, is a superior console than the Switch. It's just that the Switch now can do HD, whereas the Vita doesn't. But that's about it. It runs smoother. The touchscreen is way more responsive and quicker and snappy. The shop is way better. The games run better. There's a ton of other stuff. And it had browser. It had party chats. It had friends list. It had everything a PlayStation 3 basically had. Yeah. Bing, bing, bing. So true. Were you looking at art today? No worries if not. Okay, let's we can look at one or two right now real quick. Let's at least look at one or two, because I gotta get off in like 5 minutes. Let's grab one from Faye and Anna right here. PlayStation was doing it for ages. They did a few different PSPs. Yes, they did, and it died off in PSP Go. That one that was flipping, it didn't do physical cartridges. That one was probably the worst one they did. PS Vita was a revolutionary handheld, hands down, revolutionary power. They didn't market it at all. They didn't market it, and they made proprietary stuff that was way too expensive. I think it was insane that they did that. It could have been so much, but Nintendo, I think, just gained a lot of steam with the DS. Well, Nintendo proved that you can have like the worst processing powered handheld and still beat. Because PSP and PS Vita was way beyond the Nintendo DS. It's not even close. It's not even close. But Nintendo DS was outselling with like in huge numbers. But anyways, yeah, I think now is a good time for handhelds. Nintendo Switch proved that there is a huge market for handhelds. The fact that they released a light version proves that there's a large audience for it. And I'm one of those. Oh, I think Phase is empty then. Oh, never mind. Oh, let's look at Anna. Why are they both empty? There's no way I downloaded them too soon. And then, hi guys, it's Gabe, giving us our daily dose of hi. They didn't market it. It literally had to. Yep, they didn't. I don't understand why you would spend years developing a console and never market it. Isn't that crazy? Something happened though. I mean, these are huge companies. Something happened behind the scenes. But let's see what happens in this next few years. By the way, adorable butter. Let's see what happens in the next few years with handhelds. Oh, they did market it. It literally had to study. I literally had to study the Vita media studies. Bro, I remember when I went to the Vita store, when I went to a Sony store and I saw the Vita, I was like, I didn't see any of this anywhere else. Like, I wasn't seeing commercials. I wasn't seeing any trailers about it. I wasn't seeing people talk about it. Nobody was buying it. And I thought I wanted both. I was like, man, I want a 3DS and I want a Vita. I didn't have money for either, but what in God's name am I looking at? That's crazy, Ultra. Maybe in the UK it popped off more in marketing because it didn't here. Not that I remember. What in God's unhinged name is this? Oh my God. And I hate that in its style, it's so well done. Like these wild mouths with the little two butts are like balls. Oh, nasty belly button. What in the oh, these arms and the feet. Oh, everything is so gross, was so well done. Like even the way you do the vomit is nicely done. Oh my God. And then of course the one yelling dude screaming like, oh my God. Bro, this is so cursed, but it's well done. I hate that I like it and hate it at the same time. I like hate. I'm a hate watcher, but liking it. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't even know how to critique it other than I hate it and I love it at the same time. Super, you have a very interesting mind. Do you know that? Like I was bringing out handhelds, so yes, I'm curious how the handheld Xbox is gonna be in terms of its quality, and I'm curious how well it's gonna do, and I'm curious how much they're gonna market that. Those are the three things I want to see. It wasn't. I don't remember seeing like any ads. I remember seeing a lot of those like little controllers with the bulbs at the end of them for PlayStation. Remember that? That was used for like motion control or whatever. I remember those being marketed like crazy, even though they were so dumb. Let's look at butter. Oh yeah, we already saw this one. This was cute. Oh my God. I love it though. I cannot believe he did Little Shrimpy and Shrimpy. It's so stupid. But it's so good. Like, you actually captured Shrimpy's derpness so well. Like, look at it. Like, it's so funny to see his head have, because it has like no neck and the antennas, and then you see these twig arms like that, and then burr, 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 burr. It's the epitome of derp and cuteness. It's the epitome of it, and that's why Yoki loves it. I told you, Yoki loves derp, little funny, cute things. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, but we have to look at it. We have to look at it next stream. There's this is the Where's Shrimpy. There's a bunch of hidden shrimp. So I'm gonna just say art-wise, I love it. I think your shrimp was so amazingly well done. I think the trumpet looks wonderful. Your shading is gorgeous. Your coloring is gorgeous. I love the streaks of space. You know how I'm a fan of the way you do your ethereal looking colors of space. Looks wonderful. And I love little Gabe saying hello over here. But we're definitely gonna play the Where's Shrimpy in the next stream because of time. Crow, if you don't mind, could you remind me on the next stream, say, hey, Kale, don't forget about the Where's Shrimpy, if you don't mind. Yeah, it's a Where's Waldo, but Where's Shrimpy. And I really look forward to it. Dude, I'm telling you, your blending and coloring is just beautiful. I just love all the way you do it here. Oh, my God. And Shrimpy just looks so clean. I can try. I'll try to remember. I'll post it. Thank you, respect. Yeah. Just post in the reminders. I don't want to forget because I really want to do it. And I know you put a lot of effort in that. I'm studying. I swear. Butter needs to be banned one more time just because of this. She is a ban evader. She did multiple accounts, went to from Twitch to YouTube, lied, cheated, and stole, and then had the audacity to say I'm studying. Actual ban evader. Butter, I never thought you were capable of such evil things. Also adorable. And a liar. I actually don't know. Oh my. I love your splash. I'm not gonna lie, Super. I feel like you do these just for my silence. Just to catch me off guard every time. You know what I'll say, though? I love this son. Oh, he's so fun. Bro, Again, I hate it because you do such a good job. Like, you can look at it and you know it's a distinct art style. It's not just some weird drawing. It's a very... Well, it is weird, but it's a distinct... And I hate that you nail it. And I hate that I have to know you nail it and appreciate it, but it's... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Bro, even the way you did the wrinkles, the hair, the face looks so good. It's so cursed. Of course you love it. It's my trademark. You're right. I invented sun in the sky, blue skies, grass on the ground. I love that you have to look at it. You know, just because you said that, I legit wanted to click the close button so fast because of that. Is this a censor bar? Jesus Christ. Oh my God. And the fact that he's crying, saying, I love your splash. I love you, splash. I'm so over this. I can't believe I have to deal with this. Oh my God. Yo, Heck at Random, how you doing? I hope your day's going well. Guys, I can't believe I have to do this, but I have to go. It's so crazy because I was literally like, oh, I'm looking forward to today's stream. Today's going to be a longer one. I have all the time to do it. It's going to be great. And then this. Oh, let me tell Yoki. And I forgot to tell Yoki. Hey, babe, just want to let you know I'm ending stream right now. I'm going to go head to... oh, hold up, actually. Okay, Yoki come stream for us. Imagine. When 24-hour stream, huh? I think. Oh, you're not gonna believe I had a joint Xbox Game Pass notification. That's crazy. Wait, the 16th, is that the concert? Shoot, is that the concert? Yeah, that's the concert. Okay. Okay. It's very possible that I could maybe start planning it for, I think, the 23rd of this month. Not next Saturday, but the one after that. I think I can actually start planning. And we can start organizing what we want to do and who might want to be a part of certain things for it. I think I could maybe start. Next week I can't. I have a concert next week on Friday night. And if in doing the 24-hour stream, either I would start it on a Friday or I'll start on a Friday. Either one. But I know that weekend won't be good. Caleb, I have news you will like. No, this is great because being able to plan it in advance actually feels really nice for me. I'm doing great now that I'm drunk. Hope you're doing well. Well, I'm glad to hear. I am doing well. I actually have to end stream right now, ironically. Sorry, guys. But I'm glad I was able to go through the Garda car, even if I couldn't stay as long as I wanted looking at them. Yeah, you know what? We can plan some things. I was even debating on doing a... and you guys might like this one. I was debating on bringing back the pie smacking. I was debating on bringing that back, and this time I will do it a bit different because I put like I'm gonna cover the floor even more properly, and I will cover the wall as well. So I'll be more towards the wall. So when she puts it on my face, it'll be just like right there, and I'll be able to clean it a lot better than I did last time, so that the smell doesn't just stay in the room forever and make me go crazy, smell like dairy. But I was debating on bringing back the Caleb face pie smacking. Give Caleb a good smacking. Like I was thinking of that being one of the things. But I also, it's great because I can even ask you guys for other ideas. Obviously, aside from gaming, I want to do gaming, but it would be good to be able to plan out what games we want to play, at what portions of the day would be best for certain people to be a part of it. You know what I mean? Because you guys have your own schedules. And we could plan certain games. Like if you want to spend some time on Pokemon, we want to spend some time on Repo, we want to spend some time on whatever other game, or even a group game, or even Jackbox. And but then also do maybe Monopoly Man and do some channel point gambling. We also would want to do maybe the pie smacking, and then we can even come up with some other content you guys might like to enjoy part of because I don't want to just do 24 hours of just me on the computer gaming. If I'm going to do 24 hours, I want to add some cool new content or different content that we maybe done before in the past and put it there and make it fun, you know, and have like a schedule. Like last time I did it, I had a schedule, and then you kind of like, you can play around that schedule and maybe shift some things, but having a generalized schedule with certain content is always the best in my opinion. Yeah, send it to me on Discord then, Pipe. I look forward to seeing it. Elden. Oh my god. All right, we're gonna raid Rosie. She's playing Valorant, right? But Yosie's really cool. She's a really nice person, and we'll go raid into her, guys. Trust me, I wasn't planning on this, but I will be seeing you the next stream. I gotta go watch my little niece, make sure she's all taken care of. Me and my other sister are gonna go there too. And we're going to go watch over her and have a good one, guys. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Have a great Mother's Day for those of you that have your moms or are close to your mom. Hope you guys have a wonderful time with her and spend it well. I'll see you guys in the next stream. I'll post on Discord when the next stream will be. And yeah. And then I'll also clarify for sure the 24-hour stream. What I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to open up a Discord channel just for 24-hour stream ideas. And I'm going to actually put that in reminders right now. Create 24-hour stream channel, and then we can start posting. You guys can start posting ideas of things you would like have happen or to do on a 24-hour stream. Okay, so see, I'm telling you, it's actually, we're moving forward with it because last time I didn't even do that. I genuinely feel kind of confident that we could do it this month, and I think on the 23rd would be for the best. Do I already have one? No shot. I do. You know what I'll do? I'll put it right on top. Right above Caleb reminders. How about that? Catch me outside. Okay, hold up. Give me ideas legitimate for the 24-hour stream. Either games or cool content you would enjoy. And then bold. How many times we gotta teach you, old man? Leave me alone. And then I'm gonna tag everybody. There you go. All right. Let's start that raid. You guys know how the raid works. If you're subscribed, make sure you grab the first one. If you're not, make sure you grab the second one. Hey guys, again, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I know it's a super short stream, but it means the world to me that you guys are spending time. It means the world that you guys listen to my ranting about Xbox and PlayStation, Nintendo. And I know I get very passionate about these subjects. I just want to let you know, whatever I might have spoke on that you love and maybe I whip kind of harsh on, Animal Crossing, Faye. I never mean that your opinions aren't valid. If you love something, you love it, and that is what it is. You have your own personal reasons for it. Just wanted to talk about some of the opinions and things that I feel about the gaming industry and the consoles overall. And I had a great time talking about that. I love that I could talk about it with you guys because I love talking about these topics and stuff. But genuinely, love you guys. You guys are amazing. Genuinely have an amazing rest of your day, amazing weekend. You guys mean so much to me. It still blows my mind you guys ever show up here. I'm so shocked you guys are not just sick of me already at this point. And I just really appreciate it. Guys, have a wonderful day, okay? Love you guys. Bye, Faye. Bye, Nuki. You too, man. Bye, Max. Bye, Respect. You'll love Starfield one day. I'm not denying it. I might. Maybe with some mods. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.